Do you want to be healed? I've had a strong interest in healing for many years. At first, I focused on balancing chakras and auras, and in the process, I unearthed the causes of physical and emotional disease in clients. For me, it was fascinating to discover the puzzle of how our spiritual bodies are reflected in our physical bodies. Heal the spiritual body, and the physical body follows and expresses the healing. I've also used crystal healing and got some fascinating results. There's a lot of truth in using crystals to raise the body vibration in specific areas of discomfort. However, as my psychic practice grew and I got more clients that are not in the room with me, I realized the physical limitations of using crystal healing. About a decade ago, I also channeled a stunning book, Deep Blue, which convinced me that I intuitively held far more knowledge of healing than I would ever have guessed. As part of any psychic reading I do, I'm guided to identify weak spots in a client's body. I have identified scars on bodies where the client is either fully clothed and the scar is not visible, or I only hear the voice of the client. I've identified the absence of a kidney where in fact the kidney was surgically removed. These are only some of the experience I've had in hundreds of psychic readings. Then things changed. I recently did a reading for a client and for some reason I didn't do a body scan. A few weeks later, the client, who is a diabetic, wanted another reading and reported that her foot, which had been a raw sore for months despite everything she tried, now had a scab and is clearly healing. She attributed this to the peace of mind she got from her reading. There's a beautiful saying, when the learner is ready, the teacher appears. I discovered a technique called the zone technique. From the first moment I knew this was what was missing. It doesn't help much if I can identify the disease but not help my client to heal it. Healing chakras is good, but we are in physical bodies and we want to see the evidence of the healing. This technique was the missing glue. I immediately started getting results, visible results, with clients who came to me. Of course, I was like a child in a toy store. Here a secret of the universe was unlocked to me, and I'm now able to help so many more people. I wanted to practice. I wanted to make a difference. I approached people I knew and I asked their permission to apply the technique to them. With various people, not only did nothing work, but also their voices and faces expressed their disbelief. It made no sense to me. Some of these people are spiritual people that I have had wonderful conversations with for years, and they stopped talking to me. They preferred their chemical medication. Other people are churchgoers who would easily proclaim their strong faith in God and Jesus, who was a master healer. They were very suspicious of me and my woo-woo stuff, and chose to continue using their chemicals rather than accept my help. I found that difficult to accept. Why would anyone refuse relief from any physical condition? I read this in the Book of Q, or the Gospel of Thomas. And if you enter a town and they receive you, eat what is set before you. Pay attention to the sick and say to them, God's kingdom has come near to you. But if you enter a town and they don't receive you, as you leave, shake the dust from your feet and say, nevertheless, be sure of this, the realm of God has come to you. It's not for me to judge. It's not for me to interfere and change the path of anyone. Jesus himself said, a prophet is not honored in his own country. It is what it is. I can lie awake about people not wanting to accept the most powerful healing that has been around for thousands of years. Or I can focus on those people who are willing and ready and eager to accept my help and heal themselves. Because after all, I'm simply the facilitator. It is what it is. Namaste.